What's up everyone, it's Enjoy, and today I'm gonna explain to you why Albion Online is pay to win. I'm gonna break this video in a few sections to make it a little bit more clear. The first section being me explaining how the game works. The second section is gonna be me explaining why the game is pay to win. The third section is gonna be me countering the argument that people has for the game not being pay to win. And the fourth section is just gonna be a little bit something extra. So let's get started with the first section. Albion Online is a sandbox MMORPG with the best gear being crafted and sold by players on the marketplace. The game also has full loot PvP, meaning that if you die from a player killing you, or even a monster killing you for that matter, you will lose everything that you're wearing and the gear that you have in your inventory. So that creates the fact that the game needs a constant flow of gear. You always need to be crafting, gathering silver, making new gear, having backup sets in your bank. In case you die and you just have to get back in the battle, you have to have a few backup sets. Now that's the basic gist of the game. Let's go into the second section and I'm going to explain to you why the game is pay to win. The game is pay to win for two simple factors. The number one being that you can convert real life money into in-game currency, and the second one being that you can buy the best gear in the game from the marketplace. Sounds familiar, right? Exactly what happened with Black Desert Online. The best gear in the game can be bought from the marketplace, and you can change real life money into in-game currency, which equals basically utter pay to win. And that's exactly what Albion Online has. Now let's get right into the third section and let's start with the first argument, which is the fact that you cannot use the best gear until you learn how to use it. And what the people are talking about is this destiny ball right here. As you can see here, there's a lot of different weapons and a lot of different armors, and you're gonna choose which one you want to start leveling in. So basically here you can start with the sword, and then you have a bunch of decision. This is the basic sword, and then you go into more in-depth weapons and you can choose which weapon you want, and then you start leveling that actual weapon. As you can see here, you have 10 tiers. The way you go up the tiers is that you kill monsters, fight with your weapon, do PvP, whatever. And once you've done enough of that, you can use tier 2, and then you can use tier 3, tier 4, and so on. So basically, it's a fancy way of leveling. You're basically just leveling like any other MMORPG, but the only difference is that you have to do it again if you want to do another weapon. I think that's a cool system. That's not what I'm talking about. I love that system. You have to specialize into a certain weapon. The only thing I'm saying is that it's just like leveling. It's nothing special. It's just like leveling. And you wouldn't say that Arcade is not pay to win just because you have to level in the game. No, Arcade is still pay to win even though you have to level up. And Albion Online is still pay to win even though I have to learn the weapons, aka level up. The second argument that people has is that you can lose your gear in this game. And at first, yes, it sounds like a very good argument. Yeah, a guy can just buy the best gear in the game, go outside, get killed, and boom, lose it right away. But the point is, when people say that, they think that the gear has some kind of real meaning in this game. The gear in this game is like bullets in FPS games, basically. You have a bunch of them. You don't have one set which you love it like other MMORPGs. You like get attached to your gear and whatnot. No. That's not how it works in Albion Online. It's basically just ammunition for your weapons. So you have to have a bunch of backup sets, and once you die, you lose your gear. You go back in town, you take your backup sets, and you go right up again. Basically, just like reloading your weapon. So gear doesn't work the same way. So the fact that you can lose it doesn't not make it pay to win. It makes it even more pay to win, because the fact that everyone can lose their gear means that there's a constant need of new gear, and getting that gear is gonna be pretty hard, and it's gonna require quite a bit of crafting, gathering, silver farming, and all that, except if you have a credit card and you can just buy some in-game currency and buy all the gear you need from the marketplace. Now the last argument that they have, which is by far the worst, is that you can buy in-game currency in other games too, like World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2 for example. Well, first of all, in World of Warcraft the best gear in the game is obtained by playing the game. Either it's by raiding, or back in the days, which changed now in Legion, was by doing PvP. And those gear was soul bound. You cannot trade them even to your own characters, let alone to other players, or you cannot put them on the auction house. So what you can do with gold in World of Warcraft is not much, to be honest. You can buy mounts and cool stuff like that, but you cannot buy the best gear. You can buy some gear, but the gear is pretty fucking trash, so you cannot buy the best gear with money in World of Warcraft. And in Guild Wars 2 we all know that gear doesn't really matter. I believe there's only a few item slots that actually matters in PvE and World vs World in Guild Wars 2, and those are not too hard to acquire. So again, in-game currency doesn't have a huge effect in Guild Wars 2 compared to Black Desert Online or Albion Online, which you can basically buy the best gear, the single best gear in the game straight from the marketplace. So yeah, that's not even comparable. Those are literally the only arguments that people have against this game being pay to win. At least those are the only ones I've seen, and if someone has a better argument, please leave one in the comment below, because I'm really interested in hearing it. Okay, the fourth section I want to talk about is, it's not related to pay to win per se, but it's something that started to really annoy me, and it's the fact that the game is buy to play with a free to play cash shop and a premium subscription. Like, they're trying to milk us from every fucking angle. First they ask us to buy the game, then we have to buy a premium subscription, and then there's a fucking cash shop. And that's literally what Black Desert Online did. Albion Online was supposed to be free to play first, and now they announced that it's gonna be buy to play. Black Desert Online was free to play in Korea, and when it came here they announced it's gonna be buy to play. Albion Online has a premium subscription. Not a subscription not like World of Warcraft, but a premium subscription that gives a lot of advantage. Black Desert Online also had a premium subscription, which people were mad about. Same thing is happening with Albion Online. And lastly, Albion Online has a cash shop, free to play cash shop, which will have costumes, and we don't know yet. They haven't announced that yet. I'm just expecting the worst. And Black Desert Online also had a free to play cash shop. So basically they're trying to milk us from every fucking angle, and that's why I'm really fucking disgusted about Albion Online right now. And that's the reason I'm not gonna be playing it. And yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't be playing the game, because like I said, I like the game. It's a really good game, but out of principles, I'm not gonna play a pay to win game. I just wanted to educate you guys on the business model so you can make an educated decision on will you buy the game, play it, and so on, because it is buy to play. There's no free to play. You will have to buy the game if you want to play it. So that's why I want to explain to you how the business model works, because the company always try to make it so fucking complicated, so people are confused and they just don't understand it and they just buy the game. So I just trying to make it simple to you guys, counter some arguments so you can understand how it works, and yeah, make a good educated decision based on that. So yeah, that's gonna be all for this time. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.